Welcome back to Inside the Dreams. My name is Robert Hurd, General Manager of Porsche Centre Kelowna, and today we have Kewin Sommerfeld joining us. Kewin, thanks so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I'm excited to be here.
It's going to be great. I start off every podcast with a question. What is your first memory of Porsche?
Yeah, there's lots, and I kind of have almost two. I'm going to talk like fictional and then more literal. So like back in the day, I've always loved cars my whole life, and watching the movie Cars, the character Sally was a 996 Porsche 911. It's a good character, and already being a car guy, kind of liking the brand, I was like, whoa, that's a nice car, a cool body style, and it kind of kept continuing from a film to then playing video games, starting to see the cars more in person, and finally one that truly stood out to me was I came to Kelowna the first time. I literally drove down the highway right here, saw when we had the Golf livery 918 Spider sitting in the showroom, and that literally took my breath away. I've been a small town boy my whole life, lived in towns that have always been like 5,000 people, so like I was never exposed to cars like that. So when I saw it the first time, I kind of freaked out a little bit. So that was the first moment of like, those cars exist. That's incredible. And that car was what led me to come into the dealership that day. So
amazing. And then Look at us now, I guess. Tell us a little bit about starting kind of where you did grow up.
Yeah, so I grew up in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Lived there till I think when I was 12, I believe. I could be wrong. All of my family's there. Everyone's there. That's kind of where my family heritage is. And then my mom actually ended up getting a job at Jasper National Park. So I moved there with her, graduated there, so lived there for about 6 years. Amazing place. It's just, again, small town. If you want to kind of grow and go to school, you got to go somewhere else. So Kelowna was a perfect mix to still have mountains, beautiful area, and it just worked out really good. So here we are now.
Yeah, it worked out good for us as well. We've kind of got a funny story, kind of how you came to work here.
Yeah.
Tell a little about it up until the point that you and I met each other, kind of the pre-story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it goes back to the 918. I believe it was truly the first day I came to Kelowna. I saw the car and I kept bugging my mom, like, let's just go. Like, don't worry about going to eat food later. Let's go to the dealership, okay? Priorities. So I came in, I talked to Evan. It was a Saturday. Got to know him. I came to look at the car and truly was just kind of blown away by the environment. Evan Cross, our sales manager, was just so nice to talk to, so welcoming. I met Julio the first time. Everybody here was just incredible, and I just wanted to come back. And I probably came into the dealership 6 to 8 times, kind of asking for a job, saying I would kind of do anything, getting to know the team more and more every time I came in here. And yeah, here we are. I finally got to meet you, and
It was pretty quick.
3.5 years.
It was pretty quick after you and I met.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't exactly remember. I think I remember, but it was pretty much I hired you on the spot, if I remember correctly.
The first time I met you, I walked in the door. We probably had a 15-minute meeting, kind of really just talked about who I was, and yeah, left with a job. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
I guess I had good senses that day, because here we are 3.5 years later, and I would. I mean, you're absolutely one of the core members of this dealership, even at the young age and experience level that you do have. You started here at the dealership, and you were really just our wash guy to start working on Saturdays, and then it became a little bit more than that, and then it was turned into an apprenticeship after a few years, and so now you are finished your 3rd year.
I am, yeah.
I guess tell us about your certification, your kind of path and journey, and what that looks like for you so far, both personally with the Red Seal, but also then within Porsche.
Yeah, so I mean, for one, I've been working on cars kind of my whole life, here and there, obviously not professionally until here, but always being a car guy, my family always having cars around. I've always been tinkering, so that's kind of what led me on to the path of becoming a technician. And then once I knew I wanted to come to Kelowna and go to the Okanagan College program here to become an apprentice. So as I joined the dealership and got to experience more of what the shop was like, I knew that was a path I wanted to pursue. And then going through schooling, I've gone through level 1, 2, and yes, recently just finished level 3, all with great success. So it's very cool to do that. And actually something I'm not sure Jay's mentioned to you yet, I'm actually going to be competing in a provincial skills competition in April 15th, I believe. So I'm going to be competing to be one of the top technicians in British Columbia, basically. And if I win, I can go to nationals and then worlds. So we'll see how that goes.
Is that through the Okanagan College? Is that through their program, or is that separate to that?
It's not, actually. So it's basically a company just called Skills Competitions Canada, basically, and I believe there's one in each province. And so it's completely separate. They hold competitions for almost every single trade from what I understand. And it was never really something I was aware of until finishing level 3 just now, and our instructor actually offered to me to go and try and compete. So something a little nervous about. I've competed in things my whole life in sports, but never what I do professionally. So it'll be really interesting.
Nerves are good.
Yeah.
Nerves tell you that you're in the right spot.
Yeah.
Now, is that competition going to be, with like level or like experienced technicians that would you be competing against other third level technicians throughout BC, I assume?
Yes, absolutely. So every college that is eligible in BC can send one person. And so obviously Okanagan College has chosen me at this current time. And yes, I'll be competing against each college's, likely best students to compete against.
Amazing. And no age categories. It's truly just where you are kind of in the program, I would imagine.
I do believe from what I've been told that you have to be younger than 27, and you do obviously have to be an apprentice level 1, 2, 3. You cannot be a Red SEAL.
Okay.
So this is the last opportunity I'll have to do it, so I'm happy I'm kind of taking advantage
Well,
of that.
I've got a good feeling you'll present well there, given your experience and just what you've learned here at the Porsche dealership. Again, you're one of our key members of this dealership. What's been a standout experience for you so far being at the dealership? Is there anything that kind of stands out to you now that you've been immersed in the Porsche brand for 3.5 years and you're a car crazed young man? So
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for one, like walking into a dealership and finally working here, being a car guy and finally being around these cars, I honestly love for cars, but also Porsche itself only continued to grow. I mean, getting to be around these cars, realizing how truly remarkable they are is very, very special. And I mean, also just being in the dealership and working with the team, I've learned so much from the technicians and people around me. I mean, Jonathan, our shop foreman, the amount of knowledge he has that's been passed down to me and how much more I still have to learn is incredible and a very special opportunity. I mean, for me to be a young guy learning under, let's be real, probably one of the best technicians in Canada.
I would agree. I don't know the other ones, so certainly no disrespect to anybody else, but I would agree.
Yeah, so to be able to be an apprentice under someone like that is very, very special. And as far as truly just being able to be part of the brand, we have been the premier dealer for a couple of years. And last year, we got sent 4 of us to Toronto to the experience center that was just built there. And that was a very, very special experience. We stayed at the Four Seasons downtown Toronto. Actually, the Toronto International Film Festival was happening that weekend, and all the celebrities, their party was actually in our hotel that night.
Oh.
So we didn't get to see any of them, unfortunately. We didn't really know what was happening until the next morning, but like to have an experience, for that to be a trip I was able to go on because I'm part of this brand, I would have never have experienced that otherwise. I mean, driving 911s on a track, drifting Taycons on a wet circle, Caymans on a little like road course, competing against other technicians and other people from different Porsche stores was just a fun experience. I would have never been able to done that otherwise. So
So you're talking about the Porsche Experience Center, and for people that don't know, Porsche Canada recently, I think probably about 18 months, maybe pushing 24 months now, opened up an experience center for the first one in Canada. There are several in the United States. They're amazing. There's a full track. There's, like as you said, kind of some drift circles. Yeah. There's a lot that goes with it. Some instructor-led training. If anybody has any interest, certainly DM us in the comments. We'd be happy to connect you with the Porsche Experience Center in Toronto. It's fantastic. I haven't been fortunate enough to drive. Yeah. But if you're interested, check it out. It's fantastic, and it's very, very cool for us to have that option here in Canada. It's a pretty big deal for the brand. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it so much, and I was happy that we were able to send you to that.
Yeah.
I guess tell us I'm curious about what your favorite job that you've ever done in our shop would be.
I actually just did it. I just completed this job actually, so it's something I've kind of been building up to since I've basically started. So I actually just completed my first engine replacement on a Cayenne, which was super exciting for me. It's one of those things that when you truly complete that kind of job, you have such a better understanding of everything that goes on in that vehicle, and you look at it after a very different viewpoint, right? Like you're not just seeing an engine in a car, you're like seeing it exploded like a 3D view because you've felt every part, you've taken it off one engine, put it onto another. That just gives you such a better understanding of everything, and it also really builds your confidence doing other jobs once you've completed something like that.
I do not know how you guys do what you do. When I go back there, I'm not overly mechanically inclined, pretty good common sense. It just is, it's so incredible to look at these engines and just how compact and how complex and how everything is. It's a bit overwhelming, to be fair, when you're looking at it. So I can't imagine what it would be like when you unpack it all.
It is certainly overwhelming. I mean, so like we drop the whole front subframe, the transmission, and the engine all together. The whole powertrain basically comes out of the vehicle. So for one, when that all comes out, you are looking at basically a monstrosity of parts that you have to all take apart. So like when you truly kind of think about it, sometimes it is like, wow, I have to put that back together. But that's also the beauty of it, because you've also taken it apart. You know how to put it back together, and it's a procedure, right? You're being very technical. You're torquing every bolt perfectly. You're following a repair manual. It's actually kind of therapeutic in a way when everything's going right, because you're just in kind of your own zone. You're just doing what you're doing in it.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you have a job that might stand out as maybe one of the more challenging jobs that you've had to work through?
That's tough, actually. I mean, that was probably one of the more challenging ones. However, it did go very, very well. So I wouldn't say it's probably been the most challenging. That's a tough one, actually. I don't think nothing quite yet has truly.
Well, something pops to mind. We can revisit
we'll circle
it.
back on that.
Yeah. So you won Employee of the Year here last year at the dealership. I think that you're the youngest person that works here. So that's a pretty big.
I do believe so. Yeah.
That's a pretty big compliment to you and the respect that you have around this dealership and all of that entails. Do you have a moment or something that stands out to you, kind of with our team within the dealership, that's been special or memorable to you?
Yeah, I mean, for one, winning Employee of the Year was a really, really exciting thing for me. I mean, kind of basically a goal since the first day I started here, and for also the team to recognize, I guess, the work I put in and see how much I have grown within the dealership, and for that to be recognized was very, very special within itself. And again, that would not have been possible without everybody being so welcoming in the first place. I would not have noticed how the dealership works as well as I do without having such a welcoming environment. I would not have learned from Jonathan the way I do. I would not have learned from Evan when I was working on Saturdays on how some more like the front end stuff works. Is all of those little things and how welcoming everybody was allowed me to have that success. So it wasn't just from me, it was from everybody being wanting to help, which is pretty awesome.
And I would agree with you. We have a fantastic team, and the culture here is second to none. But I wouldn't undervalue what you bring to the table, and that respect and that support that you get from your team is a direct reflection of who you are, and that what you bring to the team. I think you're one of the most important people. You would, if I had a poster or wrote down all of the character traits that you would want, that I would want to represent this dealership, you would have all of those. So definitely don't shortchange yourself there in any way. Yeah, you've been an absolute pleasure and real example on kind of who we look for and who we are here at the Porsche dealership.
I appreciate that.
So what are your goals, Kewin? What are your dreams? What do you want to do? Is it the car industry forever? Are you going to be a technician when you're 55 years old, slugging away?
We have lots of goals. It's always changing. It's always developing. But I've always been a person that definitely looks ahead. I feel like getting this job and walking in was proof of that. So I'm always planning for the future. So, I mean, for one, hopefully this year becoming a bronze level technician is something I basically wanted from day one. And we're finally on that path of hopefully making that happen. And obviously I would love to become a gold level technician. I want to be able to work on Carrera GTs, 918s. I want to be that top level technician, but that's certainly not where I plan on stopping. I would love to become a service manager, general manager of our dealership. Porsche is certainly a brand I don't ever really care to separate from. It's very, very special. And as far as goals, obviously, hopefully getting my red seal also within the next year, and truly always just mastering my craft. I'm always trying to do better. Truly. And man, like long-term goals, yeah, becoming a general manager, maybe even farther, who knows, like something maybe within Porsche Canada could be really cool too. There's always expanding opportunities, so we take it one step at a time. And
From what I know of you, you can do all of those things. I mean, I've had you pegged as a general manager for a long time. I am, it's well known that I'm pretty hard on you. Not like hard in a bad way, but I don't let you get away with anything.
No.
And I do it very intentionally because you got to pay your dues and work your way up. And, you know, when you get to look back on it, you're going to learn a lot more and be in a different position than if you just kind of slid through and didn't have someone like me holding you accountable or holding you back a little bit from time to time. Honestly, it was very cool to sit down. You're a success story for this dealership. I love your story. I'm very thankful that I was here on that Saturday, probably prior to going golfing.
Something like that.
To have met you and have hired you. It's just been a pleasure. I think the world of you, as you know. Credit to your family. So thanks for everything you do here. Thanks for taking the time to jump on. And yeah, I just really appreciate everything you do.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked today's episode, please like, share, and of course, go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We appreciate everything. And until next time, have a great day.